What's good, y'all? Welcome back to this week's tarot energy forecast with your girl Tatianna Tarot, where you can find me here every Sunday or Monday. Give you the 411 on what to expect energetically using tarot divination, oracle divination, all the things. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for cozying on in. Please give me a like and subscribe if you want more information on anything divination, anything African spiritual technology based, and energy healing, all of the sort. I do it all. So this week our reading is going to be for Sunday, May 12th. Happy Mama's Day to everybody that is a mama in spirit, a mama in the flesh, has lost a mama, is an animal mama, is a bonus mama, everything and anything. I'm sending y'all so much love. Okay, I'm excited to spend my mama's day after this is done and get some pampering, relaxation. Your girl's back in Bali. So good to be back with my friends and the land and the land spirits and the elementals and just the vibe here. I do miss it deep, so it is good to be back. But nevertheless, piggy on back now. We are doing Sunday, May 12th, all the way to Sunday, May 19th. Okay, that is the reading for this week. As per usual, I subdivide the reading into 4 elements. So if you are watching this for the first time, you're going to want to take, if you want, because there's no rules, but you're going to probably want to take or watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, the elemental signs for that. So whether it be water, fire, air, earth, you want to watch that. Or I highly recommend that you watch all the signs and see how it resonates with you. There's something for everybody in this video. All right, but before we begin, a couple of announcements. Now, last week or in the prior weeks, I've been talking about having a free YouTube live class. I do this somewhat often, and so this month we're gonna have a free YouTube live on my eyesight, y'all, on Wednesday the 15th. Okay, Wednesday the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Wednesday the 15th of May, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Okay, so I will be having that live on this YouTube chat platform. You're going to want to subscribe to be notified when that live goes live, or subscribe to my newsletter down below and be informed. Okay, this YouTube live is going to be a free flow of consciousness. This is a writing exercise that I love to share with people. It is a writing exercise that helps you get in more tuned in with your intuition, with source, with your guides. Okay, and it's an easeful exercise. Okay, consider it as like a personal development workshop, a spiritual development workshop, an intuitive and psychic development workshop. But the theme of it is going to be the free flow of consciousness with the money spirit, with the spirit of money, with the spirit of abundance, and maybe I might add a couple of more tutorials in there. So again, that's going to be live this Wednesday, May 15th. You can catch me here. I'm going to keep it up on the channel for maybe a week, and then it's going to be featured as a bonus exercise in the Energetics of Opulence mini class, my mini course where I teach you all of the inner tools and resources you may need to up level your energetic container around money, abundance, opulence, and wealth. How to clear the programmings that let you shrink and make you feel like you don't deserve it, that fosters some sort of energetic resistance towards money, wealth, and ease, how to clear that, and how to welcome in all of this abundance and just amplify that in your life. So all of the tools and techniques will be featured in this mini course, and it's a self-study mini course. So once you purchase it, you have lifetime access, and you have access to all the modules, 10 plus modules, and the bonuses in there immediately. This free class on Wednesday is going to be featured as a bonus as well. So if you miss it on Wednesday, you're going to have access to it on my YouTube for about a week. Then it's going into the vault of the energetic of opulence bonus bonus classes in there. All right, so hold on. Oh, what is this? Is this today? Mostly, I'm not going to that shit. Sorry. Ha! So yeah, so run and grab that. Also, I wanted to say with the energetics of opulence, that's currently on sale. Okay, so you've got 20% off the energetics of opulence. Okay, I think this is the first time I've hosted a sale on that mini course. 20% off. It's already discounted at the checkout, and you get a free month of Possess Your Spirit membership, where there are additional tools on tarot divination, Akashic record divination, ancestral veneration, subtle energy healing techniques, psychic development classes, downloadable meditations, timeline jumping exercises. Everything is in the Possess Your Spirit membership for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to do the inner work in your own spiritual life. And so you get those goodies when you purchase the mini course. The bonus of this YouTube live that's coming up is going to be featured in that mini course. You can go grab it down below while it's still on sale. If you purchase that Energetics of Opulence mini course on sale by May 22nd of this month, May 22nd, you get to be entered to win a free tarot session with me. As you already know, your girl has not been reading for like 3+ years. I think yesterday I read A Close Girlfriend, and that was like my full-blown reading I've done in like 3 years. And so if you want to even be getting a reading with me or enter to win a free reading with me, this is your best bet to do so. You just purchase the course. You're going to be entered. Your name and your email is going to be captured. You got to purchase it by May 22nd to be qualified, okay? So go run, don't walk. Link down below. Okay, so let's get started with air signs. I feel like Spirit is like, okay, air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, air signs. What can air signs expect for this coming week? I know we have a full moon in Sagittarius coming up around the 22nd and the 23rd of May, but air signs, what's coming up for this week? What does Spirit want air signs to be aware of and to know? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. We're starting off with one of my favorite cards, especially one of my favorite cards in the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. Because of this illustration, it looks like a modern Marie Laveau. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. I believe, I don't know who she came out for last week, but this is a vibe. The 9 of Pentacles represents opulence. Okay, we're talking about the energy of opulence. This is the card. This is where you're gonna end up after you take the energy of opulence, is not necessarily working for money, not necessarily struggling for money, but knowing that you are the currency of opulence, knowing that you are the currency of abundance, knowing that you innately operate in that frequency and flow, and so you don't have to chase it. It automatically chases you. And so you see this posturing of relaxation, of deservability, of just this heightened sense of self-worth, right? I'm worthy. That's it, point blank, period. Ain't nothing I need to do because I'm a blessed child of Source. I'm a blessed child of the universe, and I'm just abundant with everything. I'm abundant with brilliant ideas. I'm abundant with opportunities. I'm abundant with community, and I'm abundant with life, right? And so 9 of Pentacles talks about the riches of life, the riches in oneself, coming to a point where maybe you have been working hard towards a goal, towards a dream, towards a realization, and it is either actualizing, will be actualized, or it is in your peripheral view, right? And so this is almost like a very leisurely energy. It's a very Venusian, Taurus energy, where it's about relaxation, it's about indulgence, it's about savoring the good stuff, it's about luxury, right? It's about bliss. And so when we see the 9 of Pentacles, I almost feel like this is a sense of self. I feel like maybe this new moon in Taurus energy that just passed is still permeating in and through you and around you. But what's interesting is we're getting the 7 of Swords, air signs. And so what this tells me is that what you are seeking is seeking you. It's not far from you. If you don't have it in your hands, if you don't have it in your grasp, it is around you. It is coming. It is here. But with the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, there may just be an aspect where you still feel you need to work hard. There is struggle, or there is some component of the past, whether it's a past trauma, some past circumstance when it deals with money, finances, opportunities, or something that doesn't allow you to rest, coming back almost to insert itself in the present and future moment. There has to be some sort of reflection that takes place with the Seven of Pentacles, where you say enough is enough. I know that I'm doing everything that I need to be doing. I know that I am able to respond to my present moment and act in the way that is necessary for me to take advantage of the luxury and riches that are being extended to me. And it is I almost feel like, again, you know, all the cards are reflecting back at, don't let the past interfere with your present moment. You really need to make sure that you are really anchored in the present moment, air signs, that you are not taking past baggage into this era of luxury, of self, of just your own personal glow up as you are expanding your container, as I spoken in the prior weeks, expanding okay, hold on, baby, welcome back. As you're expanding your container of up leveling your life in all areas, this is talking about not bringing any unnecessary baggage that doesn't have to deal with what is going on today. So let's say, like, you used to be riddled with debt, or you used to have people that take advantage of you, or people that would just belittle you, and that you're in a position where you're thriving, or you're about to thrive. You're feeling like that era is coming up and you're feeling good about yourself now. But none of that is happening right now. But these thoughts and these memories, or the possibility of it's happening, is plaguing your mind. We need to pause. We need to stop. We need to reflect. We need to think about how far we've come, where we want to go, and almost saying bye to past spirits, past demons, just letting bygones be bygones, and really burying things and laying them to rest. I'm almost seeing like a cemetery, laying them to rest. So that could also talk about old habits, old people, old thoughts, things that no longer nourish you, feed you, provide value, are going to help you with this up leveling, are going to help you with this growth, are going to help you with your glow up. And for air signs, I don't think this is just money. For air signs, I don't think this is just money. I think this is everything. I think, you know, hi, to be continued. So the beauty about the Nine of Pentacles is, yes, we've been doing the up leveling work. Okay, go ahead and grab yourself Energetics of Opulence and co-catch me on my free live this Wednesday. We've been doing the up leveling work, but this is a sign of evidence being near or coming around the corner. So it seems like this month has changed the narrative a bit regarding the fruits of your labor now manifesting, right? Yes, we have some fragments of the past still kind of, I see it as like a snake shedding its skin. So there's still some layers that need to be released, but all in all, the new layer of skin is now emerging and can be shown to the public. You have a new aura, you have a new je ne sais quoi way of being that is very appealing and alluring, right? You have a new sense of self that is fairly solid, with the exception of these mini fragments that still need to be addressed or at least acknowledged. I think it's less about, oh my God, what do I do to clear this? What do I do to clear this? And more about like, that's interesting. This is still here. This is still permeating. It's still kind of resonating in some sense, but it's no longer effective to who I am now. It is who I was in the past. It's no longer who I am now. And again, this could be old habits. It could even be people around you that are no longer matching the level that you're on. And just So people around you that's no longer matching the level of you're on, maybe the eating habits, the clothing, the books you're reading, the activities you're engaging in, the energy you're entertaining, all sorts of things. When I say up leveling, this is not just finances, but this could be literally the physical self, the emotional self, the mental self, the intellectual self, the spiritual self. And so all of those components need to be looked at and analyzed. You know, is the company that I'm keeping, are they providing value? Are they mirroring this up leveling that I'm going through as well? You know, are they inspiring me? Are they feeding me? Am I feeding them? Are they supporting me? Am I supporting them? Is this reciprocal? Is it helping me nourish me and expand even further? Or is it draining me? Is it keeping me bounded to an old identity that I no longer resonate with, but it's almost still trying to pull me back to who I was as I march forward to who I am meant to be, right? And so that is what we see with the Seven of Swords, is making sure that you are perpetually marching forward, but you're not marching forward with past agony, past strains, past habits and things and objects that are ultimately cutting you as you progress and as you ascend. You are building, and you are building something substantial. And again, for some of you guys, it might not manifest all at the same time, but it is coming. You are starting to see the fruit of your labor surround you. And so most of this work right now is just acknowledging what are the weeds that need to be plucked. What is the minor things that I can see, like in my garden? Oh, there's this and it's a pest, and if I let it persist, and it will take over all of my crops and ultimately destroy it, right? And so again, this is more of an internal dialogue. This is more of an internal check-in, and just like a nice, gracious reflection of your life and where it stands now, as opposed to where you want it to go and what your future vision for self is. So for air signs, I highly recommend that you pick up the Energetics of Opulence. It's 20% off with a free month of Possess Your Spirit membership, link down below. But also attend the free YouTube live. You can get some revelations and some connection there to the money spirit and to your own spirit and to source this Wednesday the 15th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? And so you will be able to make some new epiphanies appear, new downloads appear for your holistic wellness and up leveling. Okay, air signs. So let's go to water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Water signs for this week, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What does Spirit want water signs to be aware of? Water signs, you're getting the Four of Swords. This is a time for deep reflection, deep analysis, inner silence, inner solitude, sacred time. Not necessarily let me stop hanging out with people, but making sure that the level of socializing matches the level of inner presence, right? And so as much as you are distracted by work, by children, by family, by partners, by distractions, social media and TV, are you pouring into yourself as much as you're pouring that energy into other things that are not you? Have you been silent with self? Have you been journaling? Have you been meditating? Have you just been soaking in a nice, delicious spiritual bath and being one with yourself? Have you been running? Have you been walking? Whatever helps you to connect in deeper to your own inner source, to your own inner spirit. Four of Swords is requesting that you do that. I also feel like there is some sort of epiphany, some sort of aha moment that is trying to reach you. Water signs that you may not necessarily want to accept. There's something about this card that is trying to hit your psyche. News, information, a knowing that is like, oh God, I just feel this in my gut and I know it, but I don't want it to be true. And it doesn't have to be something bad. I don't see that it's something bad. I actually see that it's something liberating, that, you know, it's something that may keep you may liberate you from some sort of armor that you've held up, a wall that you've kept up, an armor that you've kept up, and it's trying to permeate that. It's trying to say, look, this particular thing, this person, this idea, this notion, this thought, this revelation is trying to hit you, so you're like, you finally release this armor, or you wake up to the spell that you've been binded into. Could be like a revelation about a person, a situation, a relationship, the way you're operating at work, a family member, something. And it could just be like, oh, I knew this, but I didn't want to accept it, or I didn't want to see that about myself. Or it could even be as simple as, it's time for you to step up and be seen. Oh, I know that I need to do this, but I don't want to do it because I'm scared. And you just keep on getting the notion of that. Or it could be like, oh, you're with someone and you love them deeply, but they're not for you. They're either not at this time, or they're not for you. And it's like, damn it. And I've been trying to block that, right? You've been trying to block that, and it's like, now you're starting to see things for what they are. It's something about this Four of Swords, and whatever way it hits you, water signs, a spell has been broken. A spell has been broken. You're being liberated. You're being shown the truth. But this information can only come through if you are spending quality and sacred time with yourself. Time to reflect, time to pause, time to slow down, time to think, time to catch up with the whispers and the echoes of your own spirit, time to carve space for God to talk to you. Okay, again, water signs, these could be revelations and things that come to you in the free YouTube live workshop that I have coming up this Wednesday on the 15th, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Flow of Consciousness. Okay, we will do an exercise where you get to really plunge into your inner self and talk to the spirits and get some insights there. And so with this Four of Swords, it is a card of mental activity, but it's also slow. Let me catch up with myself. Let me see how everything in there has been actually operating and what it has to show me. I think this is important. I think this sense of breaking the spell and liberating yourself is coming through as the King of Pentacles, meaning that it's changing who you are on another level. It is, again, next level stuff. King of Pentacles is someone that alchemizes any space that they're in, any energy that they're in. They amplify it. They add value. They add abundance. They add wealth, right? Whether it's in the literal sense, energetic sense, there is something that you have been resisting that is the final layer, the final strip that needs to be shown to you, that needs to be accepted by you, that needs to be revealed to you for you to really step into this role and this embodiment of the King of Pentacles. And that can mean this final thing is the thing that's holding you back for your next level in your career, the next level of your income, the next level of your relationship, the next level of self-love. Because the King of Pentacles is like golden, like living my life like it's golden. That is this card. It is someone that has gone through the trials and tribulations of life, from having absolutely nothing to having it all, and knowing what the process is of having nothing and making that into a substantial amount of amplified wealth, right? Like taking a bean and making a forest out of it, taking 5 cents and making $1 million out of it, taking a broken, wounded, toxic relationship and making a thriving, eternal, romantic, reciprocated, healthy, loving marriage and dynamic, right? It's not all just monetary and money, but it is the currency of wealth energetically, and taking something insubstantial at that time and amplifying that. And I think this last revelation, this epiphany, this inner solitude that you need to have, this break this pause so that you can connect with yourself. That is the final key, the skeleton key to unlocking this new level that allows you just to amplify things, to get to this another level of amplification in your life. And I think the epiphany here with you water signs is that when it's like you are the prize, you are the blessing. Doesn't matter if you don't have anything, you are the currency, you are abundance, you are wealth, you are money, you are love, right? You are a genius, you are creativity. Rather than pursuing these things and looking for these things, you are these things. And so going out into this world with this knowledge and this self-assurance of that being emanated from in and out of you, rather than you seeking that in this illusionary world and having that be brought to you, you are overflowing with it. And that is the King of Pentacles. And I think this is going to be an interesting next couple of weeks. A lot of things are going to be unlocked for you with the World card. You will notice that once you get this epiphany, once you accept it, once you integrate it, boom, you're moving like, you know, you've hit the jackpot. Things are just working for you easily. Things are just manifesting for you rapidly. Things are just unfolding. Problems are solving themselves before they even begin to become problems. Signs and synchronicities occur to show you validity in the wavelength of what you're thinking. Your spirits are quick to respond. Your ancestors are quick to deliver. Again, source is my sugar daddy, right? This is like the epitome of source is my sugar daddy. Ask and you shall receive. The world represents a metaphorical graduation. A metaphorical graduation. I think this is a spiritual initiation that is coming to a close, and it's only this tiny little factor that has been like the hindrance to this finalizing this graduation. This tiny little thing that has been, you have been sheltering yourself from, or you have been blocking yourself from realizing it, and you have been hiding yourself from the truth because the next level seems so scary, and who am I to have all this and be all this and have it easy when everyone else doesn't have it easy. Well, baby, somebody's got to be the leader and show the way. Someone's got to be the example. Someone's got to be the inspiration. And while you're up there on your podium, maybe you can grant the universal blessings and pour it onto other people, right? The King of Pentacles is benevolent. He's a gracious person with boundaries. So I really feel like water signs, this is a graduation. This is a leveling up. This is a becoming of who you are or who you're meant to be. But this is all predicated on the inner work, the inner slowing down. And what is this revelation? What is this epiphany? What is this final layer of snake skin you need to shed? Stay tuned, find out, do the work. Let me know what it is. Comments down below. Earth signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this coming week. What is the energy for Earth signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? So Earth signs, off the bat, we're getting the Five of Pentacles. I mean, this is pretty evident. This is a card of wounds. This is a card of sorrow. This is a card of pain. But it is pointing to energetic wounds, potentially energetic leakages, anywhere where you may be giving too much of your energy to something that is no longer serving you, someone that is no longer serving you, or you may still be in the process and the throes of grief in some sort of aspect. You know, it just feels like, ow, I'm beaten up, and now I need to deal with the pain from these black and blues and these bruises on my body, right? How do we deal with the pain of the bruises in the body without necessarily immersing ourselves perpetually in the situation that caused this pain, right? This is more about the aftermath. not necessarily the cause, right? Like, we don't want to replay the scenario. The scenario has now happened, and now this is the result. You know, we don't want to go back to the fight where, you know, my head was bashed in or whatever, or so and so said this to me, and is replaying over and over. Now this is the part of the story where I need to heal, and I need to learn why this even happened, or I need to tend to myself. So the Five of Pentacles is saying, particularly at this time, tend to your wounds, tend to anything that is particularly triggering or has been coming up. If it is coming up, we want to think about, why is this coming up? What is this trying to teach me? What is Spirit trying to show me? Where does this energy lie in my body, and what does it feel like? What are the emotions surfacing up? So this could be emotional, energetic wounds. Maybe you need to cry. Maybe you need to write. Maybe you really need to let out and allow yourself to be really angry and frustrated, but to really fully feel these feelings, because there is something about the Five of Pentacles that can be very self-deprecating, almost like you are beating yourself up even more and more and more by replaying a situation that has already left the scene. And you're not tending to the wounds, you're not healing the wounds, but you're just almost like marinating in the pain. And this isn't about avoiding the pain, or this isn't about, you know, being masochistic and just like wallowing in it. But this is about, okay, how do we move on? When we're beaten and battered, how do we move on? What does it look like to move on? What does it look like to fully accept what has happened? And what is the lesson? How can I come out of this victorious and stronger so it does not happen again? Again, this is not always literal. I hope it is not literal. But this is more pointing to energetic wounds, and something about the scenario talks about personal boundaries. You need to have a boundary perhaps on the situations and circumstances that have caused this, but more an internal boundary about, I'm not letting myself relive that again. I'm not letting myself do that again. I'm not letting myself, not necessarily not letting myself feel that again, but there is an aspect of, yes, not letting myself feel that again. Feel what needs to be felt fully, once and for all, and stop going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and beating yourself up even more is the message that I'm getting. You know, the sympathy that you should be looking for is from yourself, not like you're a battered little kid that's looking for a mom to take care of you with the Five of Pentacles, because you don't want to perpetuate what is going on in terms of the wounds. You want to be gracious with yourself, spend time with yourself, understand the mechanisms of what happened and why it happened. Fully feel this in your body and release it. Okay, we're getting that. And I do feel like this is a week where you get immense clarity and determination to move on. You've got the Knight of Swords, and that is someone who is very steadfast on a goal, you know, on a mission. This is someone that is very no nonsense. Yes, when we're talking about knights, we're talking about the beginning of a journey. So it's almost like you are emerging from a pain, a sorrow, a loss, where you're just out, you know. It's really interesting because this may feel horrible to you, but the image I'm getting is actually the antithesis of this. This is like a metamorphosis. It's the chrysalis. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's the point where the cocoon breaks open and the butterfly now emerges and starts to open up its wings for the first time, which I'm assuming can be very painful. Like childbirth innately is quite the most beautiful, magical experience. Fucking painful. As a person who birthed vaginally, it is horrible. Okay, or my experience, excuse me. I know everybody has an interesting experience and a different experience. Mine was very painful. Okay, and you're torn up. You're torn up. But at the end of it, once you have this new, almost like this new aura, this new body, this new flesh, this new life in front of you, everything was worth it. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you are going through some rough time, if you're going through immense pain and sorrow, fully feel it, fully own it, fully accept it. But don't allow yourself to just submerge yourself in it and not do anything, and you're just beating yourself up by replaying the events, or feeling like, you know, you're just being masochistic about it and not proactive about your wounds. Which is, okay, the wounds are here for a reason. These emotions are here for a reason. The emotions are informing our spirit of something. They're either informing us on how to act, or how to protect ourselves, or what needs to happen, or what we actually desire. By receiving what we don't want, we get more clarity on what we do want, right? And so what is it for you? What is this particular lesson, this event, this circumstance, this situation? What is it teaching you? Where are you feeling in your body? What is it reminding you of? What is it saying that you need to heal, or let go, or move on from, or accept, or embrace more of? And do that, and be that, and take your time, okay? But also know that there is a future agenda up ahead. Like, some of you may be snapping out of this birth, okay, and emerging like, okay, I know what I want. I know what I'm here for. I know I know how I should be moving now. As a result of this happening, I know now I need to be metaphorically armored up, or I need to just be going this way instead of this way, or just talking to these people instead of these people, whatever that is. Knight of Swords is determined. Knight of Swords has tunnel vision. Knight of Swords is no nonsense. And yes, they are at the beginning of their journey, but they are by means that they've taken an oath that I'm not going to stop until I get what I want. So yes, there's this transition of emerging from this pain to gain immense clarity on why this pain was brought to you. So as a result of A, you now know that B is possible, and B is in front of your face, or it's in your peripheral view. It's right there. You can go get it now. I hope this makes sense for you. Knight of Swords is always on some sort of agenda or mission. They're always there to protect the king, or protect the queen, and that is their life's oath. Okay, like that is what the knight does. Boom. Right? So there's something here that is emerging from this pain that is saying, this is what you go for. This is what you want. This is what's possible for you. You can go for it. But we're now also getting the Four of Swords, which means, you know, you need to be cautious with having a wall up. You need to be cautious with things that are actually trying to come your way to help you with this pain, to help you heal, but you are blocking it in some way. You have a wall up, you have a shield, you have armor. And also with the Four of Swords, you know, this is a lot of internal dialogue going on, thoughts, and just information, internal information. So I think, you know, as you emerge from your wounds with new skin, no more black and blues, as a butterfly emerges from its cocoon, it has to learn how to use its wings and navigate this new body, because it's been in slumber this whole time. The Four of Swords is almost communicating the same thing. Slow down. This is a new form. This is a new self. You need to be almost one with yourself at this time. You need to be very clear. You need to be very self-assured. And why is because as you emerge from this chapter, you want to make sure you are on solid ground, you're grounded, so that you don't fall back to that old chapter and get rewounded again, because that is now what is familiar to you. You are too afraid to step into the new, or to step into what it is that you do deserve, or to step into that thing that you are planning to attain. And Four of Swords is like, hold on, check to see if you have any armor so that you're not blocking the thing that you're going after, but also slow down so you can get used to this new body, this new self. Focus on what it is that you're thinking and the quality of thoughts. Are you thinking? Is it helping you? Is it not helping you? Is it getting to your goal, or is it blocking you from getting to your goal? All right. And earth signs, it would serve you well. This is so much air energy, and it is also earthly energy. So I feel like there's almost this shift in temperature, this shift in seasons. It could be internal seasons, it could be wherever you at. I know things, it's about to be summer back in the States. So I mean, there's this element, earth signs, that it's almost like you need to be out in the elements. You need to be out in nature. Whether you have plants in your home, or you decide to buy a plant, you decide to do something with dirt, or you decide to drive somewhere where you're out in nature, you decide to go to the beach, or meditating near a tree or on a tree to absorb these emotions would be very helpful. Working with crystals would be very helpful. Doing a lot of embodied exercises, somatic movements, yoga would be very helpful. Writing, if you guys are inclined to write your emotions, or again, free flow of consciousness, is this Wednesday the 15th, and I know it's probably not touching, it's going to be touching base on emotional things, but more on like talking to the spirit of money, and talking to the spirit of abundance, and talking to your own spirit, and talking to source. We're going to do a myriad of things, and who knows, the information about this particular situation that you're in can come out at that time. So I definitely welcome you guys to come in with your journals and pens and do a writing exercise with me. But writing in general could be very, 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 very therapeutic, very, 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 very cathartic, and eye-opening is what I'm getting. Just eye-opening, and just like a soft mattress to land on, a soft space to land on. All right, earth signs, your fire signs. Okay, last but not least, fire. Okay, fire, what's going on? What's going on, spirit? What's going on with fire, sun, moon, rising, Venus this week? What are we doing with fire, sun, moon, rising, Venus this week? Fire, fire, fire. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Fire, fire, fire. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Fire, 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 sun, moon, rising, Venus. What is the news they need to know this week? Okay, so the first card that is coming up for fire signs, 7 of Cups. Choices, decisions, illusions, ideas. Oh God. Choices, illusions, decisions, ideas. We need more information before we proceed with this card, because this is almost like, I feel like things are going to be interesting for you, fire signs. Things are going to be, this card is giving me plot twists. Things are going to be jumping out of thin air. Expect the unexpected. That's why I was like, I'm not really getting much, but this is interesting because it's a myriad of things. It could be obviously fortunate opportunities, masks being revealed, hidden enemies being revealed, desires surfacing up. It's giving also kind of Mercury retrograde, things and people from the past surfacing up, new elements being revealed that you didn't consider before that are probably shiny and glorious. And then you're getting the world. So it's very much universal cosmic plot twist. It's like a universal Eshu, a universal Elegua that wants to play with you. I don't necessarily think that this is malevolent in any way, or it's like, oh, I'm just trying to fuck with you in a bad way. I really feel like this is giving me know yourself, because when you know yourself, you know what you want, and you won't be disillusioned by the myriad of choices you have in front of you. You won't be distracted, confused. I feel like some of these things will be distractions. Some of these things will be really viable options that are, wow, this is great. And some of these things are like, open portals that need to be closed for closure. Open portals that have been open for too long, you need to close it for you to move on to the next thing. And so the world does connotate a sense of maturity, in a sense of knowing self. How well do you know yourself this week? How much are you willing to go after what you want? There are loose ends that need to be tied. There are portals that need to be closed. There are things that you didn't expect that are within your grasp and then within your reach, within your eye level. This is high level, not eye level, as I quote the great prophet Jay-Z, Sean Carter. He has once said, this is eye level, this is high level, not eye level. That's what I'm getting with these two cards. You may perceive yourself to be on eye level, but you are actually on a higher plane. And so from a higher plane, there are more options being presented to you. But just like there is on any level, there is some of it's bamboozlement. Not all that glitters is gold. Some of it is just a reminder of things that you don't want to go back to. Even though they were alluring and tempting, you don't want to go back there, honey, because we done lived through that path. We've done did the rodeo on that portal. Don't go back there. Time for a new portal, right? Some of the portals are like, oh, this is kind of ghetto fabulous. It's fabulous, but at the end of the day, not so much, right? And then some of these things are like, whoa, this actually feels like it's beyond my reach. It feels like I am not worthy of this quite yet, but you are, okay? So the World card is prepare yourself for plot twists. Prepare yourself to be in a position to make executive decisions this week. For you to be choosy, for you to know what you want and what you're worth, and you might be settling for something that you think is superior, but it's even on as a superior level for you, it's even subpar. And I hope you understand that. So it might be like here for you, and you're like, oh my God, that's so high for me. I'm used to this. But really, there's something that's over here that's on the door behind it that you're not seeing. So make sure you don't accept this, or even above and beyond that. I hope that makes sense. You will have a lot of guides. The sources does talk about having a lot of spiritual guides, having a lot of spirits guide you, but be mindful, make sure that they're elevated, because not every spirit has had the opportunity to be on a high level. They're eye level, okay? Just keep on that in mind. And so if you've always been operating on an eye level, what is a high level? You're not going to know what that is, or you're going to think that that is above you and you can never reach it. So we're not on that status no more. We're above and beyond, godly and beyond. So make sure that if you're working with spirits or you're asking for advice, ask that most elevated ones. Work with the most elevated ones, even the most elevated ancestors. You're not going to go to an ancestor. I tell people this all the time. If you want a boo, you got love problems, you're trying to track a relationship or something, you're praying to your ancestors. You're not going to pray to the ancestors that have been in horrible marriages or been abusive marriages, or just don't know how to sustain a relationship, because those are the ones that are not going to give you what you want, right? So you got to ask for the most elevated to be give you the most enlightened and aligned opportunity for you, and to be positioned to receive that, because some of you guys are not positioned to receive. Some of you guys are still kind of with the Four of Pentacles, like I'm okay here with my bread and butter. I don't know if I want a lobster banquet. I don't know if I want caviar. Is that actually possible for me? I don't know it. And so there's a sense of like self-worth work that needs to be expanded on. And also I do feel like, aside from that, with the Four of Pentacles, fire signs, this is a time to get out of the house. This is a time to be seen. This is a time to mingle. This is a time to network. This is a time to just enjoy and flirt with life, okay? Flirt with life, flirt with the trees, flirt with the waiter, flirt with your food, flirt with your dress, flirt with your makeup, flirt with yourself. Go have fun. Use that femininity, irregardless of your gender. Use that charm. Use that sweetness to your advantage. And have fun with the options that are being presented to you. Don't take things so seriously, but also, you know, be attentive. Have an acute understanding of what is going on. but ultimately know yourself, right? This isn't a time to be afraid and close yourself in. This is a time to expand and be more of who you are, and to really step out and being like, I'm positioning myself out to win. I'm positioning myself out to receive. Now the things have to find me. I don't need to find them. The things will find you. Fire signs. And so have fun this week, right? Go out with your friends or just attend events. You might even be invited to things that you didn't expect. I do feel like with the combination of these cards, an aspect of you will be able to see beyond the veil than what you normally do. And so there's an aspect of you where your psychic sensibilities may be sharper than normal. So you're starting to see things for what they are, and that will help you even more with the decision-making process. You will know innately what doors and what portals you need to close, what you need to pursue, what you may want to pursue, but it's not actually all that in a bag of chips, so on and so forth. But I think the deciding factor here is you actually deciding, I'm worthy, I want to go out for it, and I'm gonna have fun while doing it, y'all. So again, thank you so much for joining me this week. It is always a pleasure. The Energetics of Opulence, the mini course, 20% off currently with a free month of Possess Your Spirit membership. All of that is embedded in the checkout. You don't need any codes. Join me this Wednesday on May 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the free YouTube Live, Free Flow of Consciousness. We talk to the spirit of money. We talk to the spirit of abundance. And we get to understand this relationship that you have between you and it and you and all of that. And a bag of chips. So I'm going to see y'all real soon. I love you deep as per usual. Peace.